FA16 here again here. We thought this one was going down the road. I got to thinking. I fixed the jack. There's nothing was wrong with it. It was loose, jostling around in there. That's fixed. And then I got to thinking, let's see. It's ready to go, but these strings are really bad. It's going to need new strings. I'll just tell the guy when I get back to him. I got to thinking, I said, well, let me look around one more time and see if I can find some strings from a guitar bundle or something, right? That I might have overlooked. And I did. I found some GEARIT strings from a GEARIT guitar kit. I put them on here because the other strings were just horrible. They were rust buckets. They were nasty. They looked like I don't know. We can't use that kind of language here on this channel. This is a family channel, so we're not going to go there. They looked horrible. Let's just say that. I don't know what gauge these are. I'm thinking they might be 9s. I don't know. They're still stretching, of course. What we're going to do here today is we're going to make sure these pickups are matched as far as like the height. This is the first time I plugged this guitar in with the new strings on it. Right here, right now. Sharing it with the YouTube family here. This is Big John's Epiphone Les Paul Special 2. You notice it said Gibson on the truss rod cover. I'm still jealous over that. Man. Let's just check the relief right quick just to make sure. A little tad more than I like, but like I said, it ain't my guitar, it ain't my call to make. So, there you go. Now, Curly Q Link, he shaved enough. I think he did a fine job. He actually put a little bit of soap in there. They got the groove, so that should help keep the strings stable. Okay, let's quit monkeying around and get to adjusting these pickups here. Let's find some kind of weird cool chord, whatever. And by the way, we're in clean. Same rig as usual, the Crate GX15R with the Celestion Super 8 in it, and the back of it, whatever. Well, it bolts in from the back. We're on the neck. Let's flip over to the bridge. Notice the neck sounds more stout. It sounds stronger. So what we'll do is we can either lower the neck a little bit, or we're going to raise the bridge a little bit. Just a little. Until it gets closer. I use my fingers to feel the pickup raising up in adjustment. Okay. Let's raise the bass side of this just a tiny bit. Normally, I would have mine sunk like Peter Green, but like I said before, this ain't my guitar. So we're not going to be going there with this one. But we will have just a tiny bit of stagger. Just a little bit. Let's check them again. We made the adjustment on the bridge. We're back on the neck again. I think the bridge needs to come up just a little more. Just a little more. It's a tiny tad on the bass side too, as well as the treble side on the bridge. try it again here. Neck, bridge. Still stretching, my friends. Yep. And I stretched them several times. Several times, but it's going to take a little time. It'll take a little time for them to get run in, broke in, whatever you call it, you know. Let's try the middle. I'll stretch them a little bit more. Let's see how bad off they are. Well, a little bit on this one. Oh, a little on that one. A little on that one. Oh yeah. Oh, not too bad on that one. Let's see how we got here. I think these pickups are now nicely balanced. Let's just continue on. Let's check this out. I don't think I've ever featured this on here before. Let's check this out. I messed that up. turn that off, let's turn on the Joyo British Marshallist pedal. Nice. Nice. Nice, man. Nice. We run the neck here. Now we're here. Now, oh, hear that? Just a little bit funkiness going on here, but like I said, most of the time you can just get some use into it. It's I guess it's oxidation or whatever like that. I'm not positive, but I have a SinStar that's like that. You just gotta mess. You just gotta keep messing with it. What happens is these are very sensitive creatures. They get upset and they get very offended if you don't play with them and show them love. That's what it is. Yes, that's what it is. There's nothing wrong with these parts. These, yes, they get very, very upset if you don't show them love and play with them once in a while. Or at least twice a week, whatever. At least. But anyway, we are in the middle now. I think these pickups are just about right. They have just a tiny bit of stagger. The neck still just a little tiny bit louder than the bridge, but that's okay. Some people like the bridge louder, but some like the neck a little tiny bit louder. I like the neck just a tiny bit louder. Now there is something else I would change about this guitar if it was mine, but it ain't mine, so I'm not going to mess with it. The back of this neck feels very sticky to me. It's that gloss, that's what it is. Now on mine, I took some 400, 800 grit sandpaper and lightly kissed it from here up to here. It's deglossed, it's nice and slick. It feels way better, but like I said, this ain't my guitar, so I'm not going to be going and messing with anything and get in trouble for it in the future. I did notice on the fingerboard, on the edge of the fretboard here, It feels like it's rounded just a little bit. Some of them, you can tell by playing and stuff, are really, really not sharp, but having a squared off edge. This one here doesn't have much of a squared off edge. It feels like it's slightly rounded, but it feels nice. It's really nice. And of course, if it was mine also, I would put thumb wheels on it. This one got thumb wheels, so like I said, it ain't mine, so unless I'm asked to do it, I won't do it. Other than the fact it needed new strings bad. These stock strings were garbage. The ones that was on here. So that's what I did. I had to do it because I can't let this thing go with crappy strings. I did make sure it's mostly intonated. I ran out of bolt space on a couple. You can see a couple saddles are all the way back. Now there is a way around this. You can take the saddle out and flip it over. That way it gives you more of an option to get it more intonated. But like I said, it ain't mine, so I'm not going to be going doing all this crazy stuff and the customer not liking it and getting upset with me. So unless I'm asked, I won't do it. But I did replace the strings because the other strings were garbage and they felt horrible. So now I can feel good about letting this go home now. Sounds great. I'll get that right one of these days. Well, I just want to make this film here. One last film before I bid goodbye to this girl right here. She's a good one. She is a good one. I think Big John made a good purchase. I think he said he got this from a pawn shop a few years ago. But I think he did good. I think he did good. Let me check something right quick. Angle it like this, and okay, good. We do not have any strings resting on the back of this bridge. That could be very bad because it can make especially in these solid strings. I've been told, I've seen on YouTube, it can make indentations, and guess what that means? It makes it weak. The spring is weak, and it can eventually cause it to break if they're laying on this bridge really bad on the back here. I can squeeze my fingernail under there, so that's good. As long as I'm not touching the back of the bridge, it could probably mess up the wound springs too, so I'm not going to mess around with it and find out is it really true. So there you go, my friends. This is the last film before it's farewell back home with Big John. Guys, do me a huge favor. A huge favor. Let's see, what might that favor be? What do we always say? Hey, have a great night, have a great day wherever you are, and always remember, keep rocking, my friends. Make the world a better place. This is Birdman 316. Sayonara.